Fucking OBS. Anyway, congrats on the new PB, Greek Dude. Wicked, Greek Dude, and Eldrazi. Happy Monday. You've been destroying this map, though, I will say. Been a while? How am I? Not bad. Yeah, not bad at all. How about you? I guess I could say that there are a little bit of complaints when it comes to, like, my general play. Just in general, since I came back to the main map. Feels like I have been a tad less consistent than when I left. I suppose I could say that, like, the 16 practice kind of broke up my rhythm, my momentum. But we'll get there. You're all right. Took some time off from stream. Nice. That can definitely be a good thing. Hopefully not jinxing it, but you've been slaying when runs past 7. It seems like it. Is this 2 streams in a row that you've come here and said, like, hey, by the way, I got a PB while you were gone? Because I swear the last time you were like, oh, I got a PB, by the way. Now I'm on Dragon. I'll get back. Takes time. Yep. That is the story of this whole journey, I suppose. Now, I have no doubt I'll get back. Crossing my fingers it's sooner rather than later, though. That would be nice. Okay. Cool. Man, what a wild unturtle. Happy Monday, Cthulhu. Goonjuice had a great run at the same time as you. I think he dead turtled on high 14. Damn. Do you know what Goonjuice's PB is now? Was that the PB, or... I feel like I might have seen him on 15 at some point. Roof bounce of 15? Okay. Fair enough. I am kind of thinking about the idea of maybe using headphones. Or a headset or whatever. Getting to be that temperature where I need to have the AC on to be comfortable. but I'm also not really able to hear my car. Oh, God. Funny the way all your runs die on 8 or 7 or go to 14. Damn. Hey, Chocolates Cruncher, happy Monday. How's progress going? Good-ish? Yeah. Like, I think it was a little less than a month ago now. Got to 16 for the first time. So that's very solid. And now I've just been trying to reacclimate myself to the tower while conditions are changing. Like I was saying, it's getting to be AC season. But yeah, been good. No climb for you. Hey, Pio, long time no see. Happy Monday. You can blame Greek, dude. Oh wow, that PV. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I guess you said long time no see. You probably know, maybe you don't, but you may know that my favorite question is always, do you remember what my PB was last time you were here? I would probably guess like somewhere between 12 and 14, probably. 1100. Okay. It's very difficult to reach PB when it's so high up. Absolutely. Maybe a bit more. Memory's not so good. Yeah, it's all good. To be fair, I don't even technically know where 1100 is. I think 1100 would be around floor 10. Thank you for the follow, Chocolates Cruncher. Boink. Sploosh. Do I still enjoy playing the map? Yeah? Yeah, absolutely. I definitely would say that I have a love-hate relationship with the map at this point. But the love definitely outweighs the hate. I would say probably like around 2080. Hey, EP Lily, happy Monday. You tell me. This is the first run of the day, so I don't have any complaints so far. Good to hear. Yeah, it's not bad. And happy Monday, Larry. And happy Monday, Slavender. Happy Monday, Moon Moth. Everyone's coming in right now. Anyone have more hours on this map? Probably not on this map. Although if anyone did, it would probably be Have. I guess my question would be, does double dip count as deep dip too? technically different map, then probably me. I don't think anyone else who's played the map to the point where they would be able to beat it sucked enough to spend this much time on it. And then once they beat it, they wouldn't have spent that much more time on it. The main exception obviously being Have, because he was trying to go for world record, which is something you kind of just gotta spend a lot of time on. My perseverance is incredible. Really don't know how I keep grinding so hard. To be fair, technically I don't. Definitely trying to keep it up, but when I first started, I probably played about twice as much at least. Don't think anyone has as many hours on any map. I think there's probably some people on like TMNF that have more hours than me. Just in general. Quality over quantity. Yeah, I mean, I've always said when I talk about this map that the way I play it is not the best way. TMNF hunters are mental. And they've had more time. Like, their maps have been out longer, to be fair. Most areas you've seen on any map is 1600 on 812. Alright. Which one is A12? Is that the weird, like, Uber bug one? Okay. The Hefest map is what I always call that one. This map's a lot more exciting. Yeah, absolutely. A lot more variability on this map. Like, I get to do a lot more than just drive forward, pray for an Uber bug, and then hope that it works. Yeah, exactly. Good chance that I finish before 2,000 hours. Hopefully. Hey, Tracers. Happy Monday. Now, that would be really sick. Within, like, 60 hours, that's probably, like, less than a month. I don't think it's impossible. Skill-based, always better than Gamba. Yeah, I agree. Very little on this map do I feel is really a gamble. Finish before 1940 hours. Now that's something. Am I going to do Deep Dip Uber Skip? What is the Deep Dip Uber Skip? Are you talking about the reactor cut? Generally, I can answer like any question like that in a rather simple way. If a skip will result in me skipping an entire mapper's floor, it's not something I'm planning on doing. Like, if a mapper misses something where I can skip part of their own floor to a different part of their floor, that's fair game for me. Like, I have stuff on floor 9 and floor 13 that I just never do because they made their floors in such a way where you're able to cut them. But if someone screws up and, like, has a skip on their floor that lets you skip part of someone else's floor, I try not to do those skips. Skill-based is a lot more draining, no? Is it? I mean, I guess in that it's not just, like, brain dead, right? Happy Monday, CK. Thought I was talking about driving into an Uber bug over. That's on A12. That's the one that, like, and then Hefest got this run where he, like, starts the map, gets a ram bug into an Uber bug, flies over a wall, and just goes to the finish. Whew.
Happy Monday and happy climbing, bro.
Happy Monday, Ruler. Thank you for the 13 months. And happy Monday, Colty. Whew. Have to lock in for skill-based. Luck-based, you can sort of turn brain off. Yeah, I get that. Absolutely. No, that makes a lot of sense. Alright. I feel like that's usually a new person. No, it wasn't. It was just CK. Okay, cool. I forgot who did the PB command. Ooh, jeez. Spooky. Oh, freaking quack. Nice. Quack. Hey, Jen. Happy Monday. And happy Monday, Cheese Gamer. Is your fluffy face? Happy Monday. Going for full runs. I wouldn't be on the main map if I wasn't. Yeah. Always nice to see a quack first run of the day. So true. Ideally, I would like to see quack every run. Excited to see what we get to. Yeah. Floor 7 at least. Never complain about that. Actually, that's not true. You can absolutely complain about only getting floor 7. God damn it. No. Anyway. I don't really know how wet plastic works. Luckily, it doesn't seem very complicated. Is there a recovery where? What are we talking about? I landed on the main route, so... yes, I guess? Unfortunately, I wasn't able to stop my car there. If I was able to stop my car where it was, like, falling down from the pool... very easy recovery, like, back to 6, basically. If I fall back onto that rail, can't go back and get speed again. No, you definitely can't get speed, but you can jump back to, like, I think basically where the hole is on floor 6. There are recoveries, essentially. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that little platform, if you land on it, there is a little window into a tunnel that you can jump to. And then that tunnel, you jump out to this glass platform, which drops to a ramp, which drops to the hole jump on 6. So yeah, I could have saved an extra, like, 3 floors. Not the worst fall, though. I've had worse. Absolutely. All right. I think not actually feeling that warm right now. I could probably afford to just turn off the AC. I can always turn it back on if I'm feeling warm later. Tony. Happy Monday, Cuber. That is a fall. Oh, God. Well, shit. Anything I can do here? Or am I just shit out of luck? Because I don't think there's any chance that I get up there. Which means that my only chance would, like, be attempting to jump in there, but fucking hell, this is so stupid. Man. What a dumb mapping decision. That is actually so annoying. A mistake in testing? I don't know how anyone could look at that in any way and think, yeah, that seems to be a good block placement. Let's add a random triangle that forces you to jump down to 1 if you're lucky. Like, what? I guess it's low enough down that who cares, but at least something under it to recover. Yeah. Aesthetics gone wrong. Oh, man. I don't know. In the end, like, who cares? It's like 6 minutes or whatever. Probably closer to 7 minutes. It feels bad, though, I will say. It doesn't quite feel as bad as... There are some spots on the map where if you fall into them, you land on your tires, so you can technically control your car still. But your run is dead because you can't actually move and get out anywhere. Those are the worst. It doesn't happen very often. The one place that I can think of is like a very unlikely place to fall at the beginning of 11. Happy Monday, Cartelix. Boink. Whoosh. Back with food now. Now you can. Nice. Whew. God, I hate making that mistake on that on 7 though. Such an awkward mistake. Especially if you fall far enough back where you can't land like on the ground of the pool. I don't mind the recovery. Happy Monday, Dolly. You've been having some massive falls today, too. Kinda makes me curious if Greek Dude changed anything. More meetings, talk to you later. Alright, sounds good. You missed anything? I had a run go up to 7. Oh god. But yeah, no, not generally. Been uneventful so far, but short. Like, I'm on my second run of the day, I think. Oh god. Bachan? Welcome in. Happy Monday. Finally caught me live. Nice. Falling from 2 with author mastery. It's crazy. Yeah. I mean, I don't think the mastery system ever allows you to have 100% like 100% success rate. You can always fail something. Hey Matthew, happy Monday. Phew, good thing you're here. Means I can finally go up to 11-ish, at least. I mean, I say finally. Second run. Graduated with PhD yesterday. That's crazy. Huge congrats. Guess we need to try and get these floors up to warrior. Yeah, that'll get you 100%. In what? Yeah, that's a good question. No, that's insane, though. Computer science. Nice. Specialty, yeah. About to pass your second year of computer science this week. Probably have a PhD in Deep Div 2 now, I'd reckon. Theory. Nice. I mean, if colleges valued Deep Dip 2 knowledge, then maybe. On the other hand, do I have anything, like, theoretically valuable to say about Deep Dip 2? I don't know. I mean, I can definitely give a interesting perspective on it. Who would sit down for a lecture on Deep Dip 2? Make you, Deep Dip 2 ends up making you think about, like, existentialism and the meaning of life. What does it truly mean to fall down to floor gang and rise back up again? Show how long it takes for a beginner to finish Deep Dip 2. True. We will get the objectively true answer to that question. Keeper's having one of those days. $2K hours and still noob, not a pro. Nope. Still haven't beat a map. Don't know how you can be a Trackmania pro and have never finished a map before. PhD in Deep Dip. That is Dr. Fajugaloo to you. Reminds you of how you started out. For the longest time, I couldn't get above like 1,000 meters. Same. First jump of 9 is a killer. Suddenly you had to run at 16. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I feel like that's kind of how most of the people that I've seen... Actually, is it just you and Cthulhu? Has anyone else gotten, like, way up there? I feel like my two, like, reference points are you two. And both of you just kind of got, like, a really lucky run at some point. What was my motivation to even start this? Like, now it's the surely driven by sunk cost. No. You're... It's a good question, but you're wrong immediately from your premise. So, the immediate, like, motivation to start this was... I had been watching Trackmania for like years at this point, at the beginning, and I wanted to learn how to control the car. I wanted an excuse to play the game. Time trial sounded really boring to me. The idea of like playing a map over and over, trying to improve my time by 1,000th of a second, kind of sounded awful. There's a lot more like meaningful progress if you can get to a new jump you've never been to on a tower map before. So this seemed like a good excuse when this came out to be like, yeah, how far could I get? So it never really was about like, well, the thing is, I always knew that I would beat the map. From the very beginning, there was no doubt in my mind that someday I would beat the map. The other, like, motivation, I guess motivation is a weird word, but like, historical point about me is that I'd come from an old school RuneScape background where I'd spent like over 5,000 hours maxing an old school RuneScape account. And my thought was, if I can spend 5,000 hours in a point-and-click medieval RPG, where you just click on a tree and wait for a log to enter your inventory and give you XP, like, if I can click on the same tree over and over for 5,000 hours, why in the world, quack, would I have any trouble playing an interesting map like Deep Dip for the same amount of time? And there wasn't any logical reason why I wouldn't. It seems like this would be a lot more interesting than something like Escape. At least, like, from a gameplay perspective. Obviously, there's the frustration of progress not being saved. Like, if I fall to Floor Gang, I have to climb it all over again. But that's kind of the mental checkpoints of something like a roguelike. Where, yes, you're starting over, but you're not starting over fully from scratch. You have the knowledge base for it. And at this point, it's still not sunk cost. Like I was saying, I came into this thinking that I would be willing to spend 5,000 hours or more on this project. I'm still, like, halfway there. I'm around 2,600 hours. If you combine this time on the main map with the checkpoint versions and the replay editor. BB the day. Didn't someone say something like, no beginner will finish this map before I started playing? Yeah, Virtual said something like that when he was climbing. He just said, like, you would need to have tens of thousands of hours of experience before being able to finish this map. So that was like a minor motivation, like, oh yeah, let's prove Virtual wrong. Not really like the main thing though. Freaking loop. What's the motivation? Clicking a trace this often. Also, happy Monday, Rain and Jeff. That one was almost purely motivated by watching number go up. I'm a simple man. I like seeing number go up. And with RuneScape, you click on tree, number goes up. And then eventually number goes up to 15. And now, you're not clicking on tree anymore, you're clicking on oak tree. But now number goes up faster. And then number goes up faster, and now, whoa, you're at level, like, 30. Now you can click on willow tree, which makes number go up even faster. If you're up to spend 5,000 hours, no doubt that I can beat it. Yeah, absolutely. And that's why I dismiss the idea that this is like sunk cost. It's an investment that I'm still midway through investing in. Bigger numbers, so true. Hey, left is faster. Happy Monday. Get that? Play Pokemon Go and you like big numbers. Oh yeah. Big numbers make the world go round. In the end, isn't the entire idea of capitalism really big numbers? Bigger number, the best kind of number. Oh yeah. If I could just make my my bank account do that 1 to the 300 or 10 to the 308th overflow trick, that would be pretty sick. Oh god. Oh, fuck. Oh, floor 7. Very speedrun brain, you like smaller numbers. I feel like smaller numbers, in a sense, are kind of like bigger numbers. Because really, aren't you just trying to divide the number more? You're trying to divide it as many times as you can. And the more times that you divide, the more times, like the more digits you'll need in your number to actually like accurately list what your number is. Jesse Lefty, happy Monday. Get the same point across. Yeah, yeah. No, there is something to be said for small numbers, though. One is about maxing, the other is about minimizing. But even without maxing or minimizing, like, small numbers feel more impactful. You can be playing in like an MMORPG and it'll say like, oh, you did 1,000,000 damage. And then if something says, oh, now you're doing 1.5 million damage, it might not feel like a huge increase. Whereas if you go from like 2 to 3 damage. My favorite example is thinking about like Paper Mario. Paper Mario uses these very small numbers, and it makes every increase like very substantial. Oh god. Does this go down to the quarter pipe? It would. Gross. Alright. No more thinking. Blurry Cleric, happy Monday. Monday, not Wednesday. What am I talking about? Blech. Did land on the quarter pipe, just not on its wheels. Yeah, I could have recovered it. Very dumb turtle, like, into that beam. I, for some reason, just didn't react in time. Hey, Paco. Happy Monday. Obligatory good luck, have fun. Thank you, thank you. Fingers crossed for happy runs. That's what we need. Happy runs are...
Super!
Nice. Man. Secretly, occasionally lurking, paying off. Nice. Whew. Man. You know what would be a happy run for me right now? I would be really happy about a run that made it to floor 8. Thank you for the follow, Hemif. Happy Monday. Since the last time you chatted here, beat your deep dip 2 PB. Up to 154 meters. Nice. Let's go. That's awesome. Is that like... Is that weird tunnel that you have to jump into from the pipe? Sounds about right. Because I think if you jump in there and you make it to the next part, you get a pretty substantial PB. Driving up that little hill. Yeah, that hill on the left there. Got plastic scammed there. Yeah. No, that can happen for sure. Ugh. One of the worst obstacles on the map, to be fair. That's awesome, though. Congrats. Always love a peep. Alright. Yep, it is warm. Not try-harding the grind, though, more into short maps. There you can shine. No, for sure. I mean, you probably know my opinion on this, but I've always been of the opinion that when approaching deep dip, you should just take it one step at a time. Just play it with the idea of wanting to see how far you personally can go. And like beating your own PB. Get one jump further than last time. Because after all, there's only so many jumps, right? Like 200 checkpoints on many checkpoints. If you eventually beat your own PB like 200 times, that will be over. Surely can't be that hard, right? No, of course not. Oh, man. Occasionally just play for fun when J-Dog plays it. Get too fast, tilted too fast trying it for real. Climbing hard? Nah. No, that's a good way of doing it too, though. Playing this map is significantly easier when you have people to play with. Do I do the per level practice maps, or am I just playing the whole map the whole time? Not exactly the whole map the whole time. But I don't play... My rule of thumb is that I don't play maps that have a start or finish line in a different spot. So like the practice maps, you start at the beginning of a floor and the finish line is at the end of the floor. I wouldn't do that. On the other hand, I would allow myself to open up Replay Editor and spawn my ghost up at the start of the floor and practice a floor. Very minor distinction, but like, finish line is still technically at the top. The true start is at the bottom still. But when it comes to actually playing maps, only ones where you start at the bottom, end at the top. And I didn't practice floors individually until I reached floor 6. At which point I started using checkpoint maps to practice it. Eventually I gave myself permission to use a replay editor because it's just more efficient. Don't want to have to practice or climb the entirety of floor 1 to 5 every time you want to practice something higher. But generally my rule of thumb is this. I will not practice a floor I haven't reached on the main map. Which means, now that I've reached every floor, I can practice any floor. But up until like a month ago, I would not allow myself to like spend an extensive amount of time practicing 16. I'm not going to get comfortable with 16 before I reach it. The main idea behind it being like, when Bren first reached floor 16, he didn't get to practice it, like, beforehand. He had to practice 16 by playing it every time he reached there. If he wanted to practice 16 again, he had to climb to 16 again. I didn't want to be quite that strict on myself, because I am a beginner. Up until playing this map, I'd never touched Trackmania before. But I didn't want to, like, fully remove the restriction. So a fair compromise to me felt like only practice something once I'd actually reached it. Hey, Z-Bot. Happy Monday. Stressing you the hell out? Me too. It is weird trying to unturtle on a curve like this. Nice save, W save, thank you. Did I know from the start there are practice maps? Yeah. I was aware. But for me, it's kind of a weird situation. It is literally a technicality that I disallow myself to play the practice maps. Played more TM on this map than you have in TM total. You're at 1,500 hours. Damn. That is crazy. But yeah, it's completely on a technicality because I haven't finished a map. I have never I've never gone from the start of a map and crossed the finish line with all the checkpoints. That is something right now that I can legitimately say I haven't done. So the only reason that I don't use actual practice maps is because I don't want a practice map to technically be my first completion. You're at some 400 across TMNF in 2020. Damn, a lot of time. Do I remember my previous PB? Wonder by how much I improved in my best run? Are you saying, like, you want to know what my best amount of improvement in a single run was? I would assume it's probably either when I reached 13 or 14 for the first time. Hours played? Yeah, that's what I assumed you meant. That is a lot of hours. Like, never let somebody say, oh, this person's played 2,000 hours. That means you haven't played very much. Oh, fucking plastic. Not what you meant, but actually that's quite interesting. I don't know what you meant then. My previous PB was, before 1747, was, I don't remember what the height was. I don't actually care about PB height. But it was jumping out of the planets. There's the planets on floor 15. And on the 5th planet, you have to jump up to the dirt section. And I had failed the jump up. That's where my previous PB was. But yeah, I think... So when I was stuck on 12, before I reached 13, my PB was literally the last jump at 12. The jump into, like, the little booster and going up the wall, turning around. I had failed that a couple times. And when I finally reached 13, I made it all the way to, like, the middle of 13. Probably about halfway through. And then from when I got to 13, or when I was on 13 and got to 14, I think my previous PB was the wall ride. And the wall ride is like 3-ish jumps away from the end of 13. I went from that all the way up to the cone, I think. And the cone is about 4 jumps away from the end of 14. 4 or 5 jumps away. So when I went from 13 to 14, I think I basically PB'd an entire floor in one run. Don't want to know how stressed I'll be when reaching the roof. Probably pretty stressed. Yeah, that's going to be a little, my heart's going to be pounding for sure. When I practice 16, do I allow myself to practice PB jump or only to the hole? Yeah, if I just allowed myself to practice to the PB jump, then it would mean I literally get to practice one jump. I failed the very first jump of 16 when I got there. So no. My practice was for the entirety of the floor. And it was just, I need to reach the floor before I practice that floor. And that has been how it's been for every floor from 6 onward. When I reached floor 6, I let myself practice floor 6 until I felt comfortable. And then tried to reach floor 7. Then practiced floor 7, so on and so forth until I reached floor 16. And now I've practiced every floor. So no more training arcs. Not unless I find myself particularly needing more practice on a floor. Good though, so when I reach it again, I am prepared. Yeah, I didn't want to be prepared, like, the very first time I reached it, though, you know? In the spirit of Deep Dip, that's not how I wanted to approach the map. Like I was saying earlier, when Bren reached 16, he was not prepared for 16. I mean, he was prepared in the way that, like, he is a very experienced Trackmania player and has probably seen tricks similar to the tricks on 16 before. But he wasn't, like, strictly prepared. He never practiced those particular jumps. Always next run available unless you finish the map, so every fail at higher floors means more practice. True. Yeah. I mean, every fail at lower floors means more practice. I'm always practicing, and I'm always improving. Although I do think a lot of the climb now is a mental game. Remember the early days of Floor 2, when Deep Dip 2 first dropped? Messy Jump has some hella good clips. Yeah, the Messy Jump is such a strange one. It's very funny watching people figure that out. Because back in the day, people were actually, like, driving it. Nowadays, most people who do Messy repeatedly kind of just do a press forward setup. But, like, when I'm watching Virtual do it, for instance, he steers in the middle of it, like, does the Messy jump. Remember the old strats on Tony? Yeah, like the wall bang strats before anyone figured it out. Man, those look so awkward now. I mean, they worked. They technically worked. That's the only thing that matters, but God, they make me feel uncomfortable. Speaking of Tony, that is how it's supposed to be done. And it's really funny thinking about how uncomfortable I was on Clippinator before, too. Exits! Welcome in. Happy Monday. Fantastic news. You came just in time. For what exactly? Exactly. What am I doing? Am I giving you any big skips or route improvements, or just stick to intended route of the map? Not really relevant. At this point, I've basically played everything on the map, so I guess your question was in future tense when it should have been in past tense. It's not that I'm going to do big skips, it's that I have been doing big skips. Like, for instance, on floor 13 here, there is this section here where you're supposed to drive down and like drive down this and do a big bonk onto an ice wall ride. I do the Elcon cut right here, where you essentially put your wheels up on this part and then booster your way up and over into that pool. Yeah, I knew what you meant, but technically wrong question. God damn. This is so annoying, though. I'm not waiting. How often do I change my car skin? Not really. I think I've changed my car skin like twice. There was the very first time when before I had the like default US car skin. And then I switched that to this nice like bluish car skin. And then someone offered to make me a skin, and that's the one that we're using right now. Welcome back to the start. Surely this will be my last time here. Oh yeah, surely. Give respawn point to me. Thank you. I'm gonna not equip that until I get to like 15 or 16 though. Looks nice. Thank you. Yeah, I love my little Soge King skin. Who's that on my skin? I can tell you who it isn't. It's definitely not Usopp. Are you joking me? That's so dumb. Forgot about that arc. Oh yeah. It has been a long time since Water 7 and Enies Lobby. Still going, then I'll be a pro basically. Basically becoming one. Well, happy Monday, Andre. Yeah. Kinda. Not really, though. I'm definitely a pro Deep Dip 2 player at this point, I think. Well, I don't even know about that. I'm not good enough to finish the map, like, consistently. Nowhere on the level of some of the people that came before me. I've been able to get to 16, though. I guess if pro means, like, I think 16th best player in the entire world, then yeah. You could call me a pro, I suppose. I wouldn't, but you can. I definitely wouldn't beat anybody in time trial, though. Alright, thank you, Paco. Enjoy the lurk. Boing. But yeah, we will be going till I'm done. Started reading manga a couple of years ago. I think you caught up around when Wano arc was ending, not sure. Nice. I am still on the first volume of the manga. Mostly because I just don't read often. How many people have finished the map? I believe it's 15. It is the number of people on Trackmania IO that have finished the map, plus Godzi. imagine if I could start playing RPGs trials. Oh wait, I can respawn to checkpoints now. Yeah, that is completely wild concept. 15 plus Godzi? Okay, so it's 16 people. Nice. Happy Monday, Floral-san. For as long as you're here. Want to say good luck. Thank you, thank you. Love the dedication, still going, and then bring some more content or challenges. Looking forward to it. Yeah. Next on the chopping block is Deep Dip 1. Out of the frying pan and into the fire, as they say. Now, it'll be fun, really fun, though, eventually. Eventually, I'm going to be playing the game semi-normally. Once I finish Shallow Dip, which is the last one on my, like, concrete to-do list, I'm going to play a Cup of the Day. That is, like, my next thing on the list. And just see how I stack up, because I don't think it'll be good. Maybe I have a chance of doing relatively well if it happens to be like an ice map that day. Or Troll Cup. I could do well in Troll Cup. Just notice I have the checkpoint counter plugin. Seems a bit interesting. Is there another function it provides, or is it just for vibes? I used to do a thing called Checkpoint Friday. I haven't done that for months at this point. RPG Troll Cup. I mean, if they did an RPG Troll Cup, then yeah, I think I'd probably do well on that. But on Checkpoint Fridays, I wanted to give people as many possible ways of knowing this is not the main map. Because you could look at the green timer and say, oh, it's only at like 100 hours. Or 200 hours or something. Not the main map. But that's not definitive, because not everybody knows that I have like 1900 hours at this point. You could see me go through a checkpoint, but I'm not constantly going through checkpoints. So maybe you're not there at that exact moment. But if a lot of people have the checkpoint counter plugin, if you looked down at the checkpoint counter plugin and saw it said 0 out of 0, then you would know this is main map. If you saw it say like 100 out of 200, you're like, oh, this is many checkpoints. 3 out of 16, oh, this is checkpoint per floor. So that was generally what the purpose of it was. Kind of a point of clarification for when I did play other maps that had checkpoints. First discount tires moments today. Yeah, it gave you a little bit of a delay because it decided to instead have you crash repeatedly and fall down to floor gang over and over. Can't be getting landing bugs if you're just falling down to floor gang. Nah, forget discount tires, you have discount engine now. Or forget discount tires, you don't get tires today. No tires. All right. No, didn't screw up this jump. Let's go. I can almost guarantee it's not going to happen. But I will go ahead and humor your hypothetical. If Deep Dip 3 were to come out before I finish Deep Dip 2, I'm not touching any other maps still. I am finishing Deep Dip 2 as my first map ever. It's not dependent on a harder map coming out. Or a harder tower map coming out. Oops, your discount tires have popped. So often they are now beyond repair. Nice. Back to floor 5. True. Nice. Brick plastic. The question included Deep Dip 1. Oh, is that what you were asking? You didn't actually... Okay, sorry. I didn't realize that you meant... You were under the impression, yes, I will finish Deep Dip 2 before anything else. Okay, I'm looking back at your question, and that makes sense. So, your question is, hey, Deep Dip 3 comes out first, before you finish. You eventually finish Deep Dip 2, of course. Do you play Deep Dip 3 next, or Deep Dip 1 next? Yeah, Deep Dip 3. Fair question. Your bad is weirdly worded. No. I could have read the question better. No, Deep Dip 3 would come next. I'm really hoping that I'm able to finish Deep Dip 2, Deep Dip 1, Bennett 48 my checkpoints, and Shallow Dip before Deep Dip 3 comes out. And Bennett 42 if that comes out. I'm not really worried about that much. I would love to play some non-tower maps before tackling Deep Dip 3. Last jump before finishing Deep Dip 2. Nah, I'm gonna give up. Let's play Cup of the Day. God, no. Gotta get the mapping team to hurry up and get started on Deep Dip 3 now. Oh, you stop that. Don't hurry up on my account. Oh, man. The longer that you guys spend contemplating whether or not to implement a cool idea into Bennett 42, the longer I get to dilly-dally. I feel like there's a lot of people who would really like to actually get mapping again. Oh, for sure. Because you said that Bennett 42 was basically down to a couple people needing to add their cool thing. If most of the people that are actually mapping that map are done mapping, now you're kind of just twiddling your thumbs in tower map limbo. Choosing to finish Deep Dip 2 as my first map is totally insane, and you're all here for it. Some of true gamer insanity. I think that's some true gamer insanity? But thank you. It's been a fun challenge. And I'm driving so good now. Get it after 2,000 hours? Yeah. No, for sure. It would be silly if I was able to drive for this long and not be very, very comfortable in these floors. I'm definitely technically not a Trackmanian. Well, like I've always said, Trackmania noob, yes. Deep dip noob, no. Ooh, jeez. Mostly waiting for the extra stuff to get completed and implemented. That's fair. Day 482, but still started playing at like 2 years. Yep. I think 2 years from last Monday-ish. Last Monday I had to re-get club membership again. For the second time. So this is now my 3rd year of playing Deep Dip 2. Surely no 4th year. 3rd and final year of playing Deep Dip 2, of course. Good to know how much I'm playing for? Yeah. It is very, very funny thinking... I think I'm probably the first person to ever pay for Deep Dip, or pay for Trackmania club membership twice without ever having finished a map. I highly doubt that somebody is sitting here... Like, you would have to pay for membership and not open the game. I guess you could be a mapper, right? Although I would count verifying a map as... I guess you could never verify a map. There is a plugin that lets you upload it without it. Would I consider adding Celeste music to my playlist, if you ask really nicely? Maybe. I don't know. Haven't really thought about having Celeste's soundtrack on here. Could definitely do it. Quack. That's some good climbing music. That is a climbing game. True. Oh, speaking of climbing games, I finally finished the achievement hunt of getting over it. Hey, Layla. Happy Monday. One of my VODs showed up and you're recommended today, and last time you saw me doing it, it was day 16. Absolutely amazed that I'm still going, and even more amazed that I'm so close. Insane stuff. Thank you. Yeah, it feels good. Feels good to be finally floor 16 PB. After the amount of time that I had floor 15 PB, and the amount of time I've been playing overall, we are right on the edge of finishing. It's crazy. Oh, shit. Wait. Oh, no. 07, Colty. Get 1 year like that membership, but you finish some. Thing is that your 14-year-old PC frame rate was unplayable, so you buy membership and finish like 3 maps. Yeah. I mean, most people don't try essentially an uncompletable map for their first map. like a map that you're not going to finish quickly. I feel like most people, when they pick up Trackmania, are like, I'm gonna go play some campaign. Is this the day's PB? It is, in fact, the day's PB. Yeah. No idea how to do that. Feels so random. Let me pause here for a second, and I can kind of explain my methodology. So, waterhole. Basically, I get my front wheel down to around here, and then go probably about 30 degrees, like, up and to the left, so that only my right tire is on the wall. And that lets my car get up to, like, right here before, like, losing traction and sliding down. And then you're at the top of the water, and your car will be falling down to around right here. And you will eventually get down to about where you were already. And then you go about the same angle again. But because your car lands right there, it gives you some crazy grip. And you just shoot straight up. And you're pointing again like 30 degrees right. And it gets like left tire only. And then when you're going up, the aim that I always go for is to be pointed directly right to go up. That way, either you have enough speed and you point directly right and you go up, or you don't have enough speed, and when you fall back down, you fall straight down this way, and you're able to get another try at it. That's my way of doing it. And it works pretty damn well. Nice. Whew. First date of the day, let's go. Thank you for joining me, Cuber. For sure, really unique with my approach of starting playing and choosing hardest tower map like first track. It's been a very, very fun journey. And like I said, playing this map as my first map has gotten me quite good at playing this map. But I don't think that it translates over to general time trial. If I were to play campaign, I would not be getting good times. If I played Cup of the Day right now, I don't think I would get a very good time. Hey, Kiv. Happy Monday. You like that you don't have to ask how climb's been going if you're not watching now? Oh, because you're able to see on the little tracker thing on your website. Gotcha. First date of the day. But not last love of the week. Happy Monday. Could be last date of the week. gotta finish the map right now, right? Climb to the fin together. Sounds good. Gross. Some trial maps will be perfect for me, and everything else will come with it after some time. Yeah, that's the thing, right? I do think that I've got decent car control, generally. I know how the stadium car will, like how it'll react to things. Happy Monday, Henham. That doesn't mean I can make it go fast right now, but it does mean that I think with given enough time, and a probably shorter amount of time than most people when first learning stadium car, I will be able to get it to go fast. Could be absolutely wrong about that, though. Happy Monday, Reoider. Do I watch any other Trackmania content regularly? I used to. Kind of stopped after starting to stream. But I used to be a regular virtual viewer. That was kind of what got me started on this. But because I've been playing Trackmania as, like, a job, kind of. It's hard to really say, like, job, but I have been doing, like, relatively consistent, dedicated streams of Trackmania for 2 years now. Usually the last thing that I want to do when I stop streaming Deep Dip is go and watch more Trackmania. So usually the extent of my Trackmania content, like, consumption is watching for a bit at the end of my streams. Just whoever I happen to raid. Which ends up being a very large subset of people. I don't like raiding the same people constantly. Probably at least relatively average at TM in general at this point, although most time is Deep Dip 2. I don't know what the average is. I could be average. I mean, there is a good chance that, like, put me on a time trial map and I will be better than most people. Guess it kind of depends on how bad most people are, right? Oh, God. Oh. Fucking booster. Okay. Be right back. Sure, if you spend 1,900 hours on any map, you'll get better than most people. Maybe that's fair. Some trials will be perfect for me, and everything else will come with... Oh, wait, I read that already. Alright, be right back. Oh, yes! Say hello to everybody! Hello? Are you hungry? Alright, be right back. Alright, we're back. Gross. Okay. Let's turn off the AC again. Now I've got a worthy run. Like being able to hear my run as I get up to 9. Close enough. Happy Monday, Adam. I was playing TMNF when you were younger. And now, also, because because of virtual videos, you play it again for like 5 years when you have free time for it. I think TMNF would be the kind of thing where I would enjoy it if I had nostalgia for it. But nowadays, I don't think I could probably go to a buggier version of Trackmania, having started on 2020. I'm almost certain I will eventually. Someday I'll probably play TMNF, but I don't know if I'll ever prefer it. We'll have to see. I'm sure at some point I will want to try to play Final Enigma. That's like the map. Welcome to 9. Noob versus Final Enigma. I think that would be true of just about anyone starting up Final Enigma. In the face of Final Enigma, are there really any, like, pros? Not at the beginning, anyway. Still going strong. Indeed, indeed. Happy Monday, Tricosha. Final Enigma is for beginners anyways. It has checkpoints. So true. I don't know what everyone's complaining about. And happy Monday, Kindred. At some point, you would check out the TMNF campaign. But yeah, landing bugs are insane in that. Yeah. That is the main thing kind of holding me back. Final Enigma G's, how far people get there, like checkpoint 3? No, there have been someone beat it. Jemaniel beat it. Holy 10. Final Enigma's been beaten at this point. And before that, like, people had made it to the final checkpoint multiple times. Equals 10. First map after Deep Dip 2, Final Enigma. Happy Monday, Kazarak. God, no. I don't want to take my Deep Dip 2 abilities and try to translate them over to TMNF. Does not sound very fun to me. Noob tries to be the first to finish Plasma. That could be interesting. Trackmania 2 has the same campaign but no landing bugs? Interesting. Now, mechanically, probably wouldn't be that different. Another thing that I have a problem with is just like, I like pretty looking things. And graphically, I feel like 2020 is a big step up from what I've seen in previous Trackmania games. So it would feel weird. Oh god, no! Ugh. Fucking 360. Man. Why am I speaking? Didn't see that one, need to search it up. Trackmania 2. Time for the fun recovery. Yeah, I don't really know, like... Ah? I think we're good. Cool. Nice. Remember this recovery some time ago, but never saw me do it. Thought you were misremembering this existing fun recovery. Yeah. I think I usually steer too much. That time I did rather minimal steering. It is a little scary, but not that bad. It's surprising, but like most of the time when you do that recovery, it drops you down to a decent spot on 7. But if you get it all the way, it basically puts you back on 8, which is nice. Happy Monday, Kevin. Hope the map treats me well this week. Me too. So far, not bad. Today's PB is the Ice 360. Not the best, but not the worst. Remember, 8 equals 10 is descriptive, not prescriptive. How's my 16 practice? I mean, basically done. That's why I'm on the main map. I still do 16 practice at the end of the day, and I will probably continue doing that all the way until I finish the map. Feeling confident on 16. Significantly more confident than when I initially got there and initially started practicing. My main metric for knowing how confident I was on it was I wanted to clear it 5 times in one session. And I did that. Fairly quickly, might add. Nice. Oh, God. God damn it. Fucking bleb. Oh, not even floor 5 this time. Really? Really? All the way down to the bottom. Fuck off. God damn it. Oh, man. That is awful. Oh well. We go again. Map said no, time for floor gang mastery farming. I don't think I need any more floor gang mastery. Being perfectly honest here, think we're good. Alright, talk to you later, Pio. Have a good night. Yeah, I mean, that's all you can do. You fall down, just gotta pick yourself back up, say, we go again. Oh well. Alright. Yet again, feeling warm. AC time. What surface do I feel the most comfortable with? I mean, road? Like, I don't know, that feels... What archetype genre do I think I would do the best on? I think if I were to do like a cup of the day right now, for instance, the best placement that I would probably get would probably be on ice. But I think that has more to do with the fact that I would probably be about equally comfortable trying to drive fast on almost any of the surfaces. I don't think I would do very well on plastic. I haven't really tried driving fast on plastic, or wood. Those would probably be my most uncomfortable. Maybe dirt, too, and grass. I don't know. I think regular, like, road surface would probably be my most decent. But relative to other people, I think ice would probably be my best. Because I think enough people suck on ice. Happy Monday, Viku. Climb's going all right. Day's PB is Ice 360. Epic Dizzle, happy Monday. Stumbled on this for the first time. Huge props for the dedication. Thank you, thank you. Everyone sucks on ice. Pretty much. Happy Monday, noob. Guess alt cars would also be pretty bad for me. Yes. I have very minimal experience with alt cars. No experience whatsoever on desert car. 1 month PB anniversary. Nice. Thank you for the follow, Epic Dizzle. Appreciate it. Boink. But yeah, alt cars would also be very bad. I think my highest chance of good performance would definitely be ice. Oh, God. Oh, shit. Did I say happy Monday to you for a second time, Epic Dizzle? I think I might have. Oh well. You get 2 for being on YouTube and on Twitch. Everyone sucks at ice, says person who's never finished a singular map. I mean, that's true, but does that mean anything? I had that same opinion before I played any maps at all. When I was literally just a viewer, I used to think everyone sucks at ice because that's what everyone always says, like, unanimously. Wasn't sure if I had YouTube chat open, so you came over here. Got it recommended. Yeah. I've got both of them open. I'm definitely better at recommending to Twitch, or not recommending, replying to Twitch chat though. I try to respond to YouTube chat as quickly as possible, but to give you an idea of like my idea or my setup, I have my game right here, which is why I'm looking over here most of the time. Twitch chat's right here, and then right here, further left is YouTube chat. So I can like kind of glance over to Twitch chat and see what's going on. Whereas YouTube chat, I have to strain myself just a tad bit more. Final Enigma took only 45 hours. Guess we need to get rid of checkpoints there now. Yeah. Clearly too easy. Need to nerf that map. Maybe we don't need to get rid of all the checkpoints, but some of them for sure. Clearly Final Enigma has way too many checkpoints. Do I think I'll get it before 2,000 hours? That would be nice. I don't know though. I really can't say. If I had like a gun to my head and I had to guess whether or not it would be before or after 2,000 hours, I would probably say after. But it definitely could be before. Could literally be any time. I could finish this run. Imagine how long Final Enigma would take if the memory leak wasn't found. Oh, I don't know if it would have been finished. Like, that memory leak was kind of what enabled the finish to happen. Isn't Final Enigma one of the hardest things in any game? I don't know about in any game. I'm sure there's very, 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 very hard things. I think there's probably like significantly harder things in what's it called? Geometry Dash. Because that game has like maps where you literally just have to be frame perfect on everything. Happy Monday, Tufky. Flex got to checkpoint 8 even with memory leak. Yeah. What memory leak? A bit lost about that map. Basically, there was a memory leak happening. I don't really know what that means, but if you spent longer than like 24 hours playing with the map open, then it would just cause your game to crash. And then eventually someone was like, hey, can we figure this out? And a plugin was created that fixed the memory leak. And with that plugin, you're able to play for longer than 24 hours, which allowed people to actually finish Checkpoint 8 and beyond. Gets too laggy, basically unplayable, and eventually so bad it just crashes the game. Yeah. Basically that. Would have been beaten probably this year. Maybe. I mean, they were getting very, very, very good at it. Wasn't really a memory league, but the timer got too inconsistent if long numbers got too large. I don't really know what the fix was, but sure it would have been beaten eventually. Schmaniel, or however you say his name, is insane. Schmaniel is insane. But like we were saying, it took him like 30-something hours, right? Oh, sketchy. If it takes you like 30 or 40 hours and the game crashes after like 24 hours or less, you're gonna have to be a little bit more consistent. It was so laggy also in virtual blindfolded challenge. Oh, you're talking about for the blindfold doing the entire campaign. Haven't tried alt cars much. What about reactor? There's 0 reactor on Deep Dip 2. Whereas there is at least a little reactor on, not reactor, alt car on Deep Dip. "1939 hours, World War II starts." Ah, shit. We have alt car on the map? Yes, indeed. Flux also beat Final Enigma in 25 hours, which would have likely been not long enough for me. Harder. Okay. I didn't actually hear about Flex finishing. That's crazy. Big congrats on his part. Where are we? Here? There we go. Yep. Snow car, rally car. Couldn't add a reactor to this without someone flying to the top. Yeah. It's a bad idea. Adding reactor to your tower maps. Even if you think it's going to be meaningless. On EO5 was taking them so long it became laggy. Damn. Still crazy that he beat it blindfolded. Flex genuinely just opens a map and finishes it on a random day. Had practice from its run. Being blindfolded makes you claustrophobic. Oh, true. Time for you to get a third one and beat body. Didn't change much for him with blindfold though. I think it changed a decent bit. Who beat what blindfolded? Virtual beat the TMNF campaign blindfolded, I think. Pretty sure. Finished in like 10 hours playtime, which should have taken way longer. Oh, we're talking about Flex? Yeah, he's a crazy player too. Him and Schmaniel are so insane. meaningless, like the deep dip or reactor and deep dip one. I think after that one they ever use one in. Yeah. Yeah, I've always said like you don't add reactor to your tower map. It's a bad idea generally. And they figured that out before like people started doing the reactor cut. Happy Monday, Ilva. I guess if you do say happy finishing every day, one of these days you're just gonna have to be right. Every tower map having that cut would be silly. It's true. You shall be right, just like I shall finish. True. That is the trick to achieving something. At least often it is. Last floor can have reactor. Yeah, that wouldn't really change much. Did the cooldown timer increase? Nope, still 30 seconds. As far as I know. Had to be careful for magnets with this one. I mean, they didn't add magnets at all in this one. Yeah, no like special blocks really. If one reactor cut was really sick and the map had been... Yeah, that's true. Well, it is pretty sick. The fact that you can get up to like literally the top of the map from what, floor 2? Displays 36 seconds on the website. Oh, maybe he did change it. That's interesting. Yeah, I definitely do. For you, it's still 30 seconds. Interesting. Special treatment over here. Dang. Whack! Now we know why Kyber was able to finish. That extra 6 seconds, surely. A system to prevent you from spamming both at the same time. Well, I think if you're spamming the one on the website, it's linked to your Twitch account. So I think that's what prevents the spamming at the same time, right? Because I think in order to climb, you have to, like, log in. Could also be a bug. True. Or maybe climbing on the website is just worse. To incentivize you to actually join a stream and climb. Website's only 30 seconds? Oh, then I have no idea. Combo is 36 seconds. I don't know what you're talking about. To be honest, feels very dangerous. Just gonna auto-click on the website and there you go. Do I have any interest in watching the esports scene in this? Kinda. Like, the coolest maps that come out of this game tend to be the World Cup maps. Whatever you want to call them. Happy Monday, arthritis hands. If you type in chat, it makes you wait 36 seconds on the website. Oh, okay, gotcha. PB of the day is Ice360. How does climbing work? There is a virtual chat tower. You type !climb, and it makes you go up or down if you fall. And the goal is to reach 1,950 meters. I think that's the top on the chat tower. And then as you're climbing, you get mastery points, which help you to fall less often. And I think most importantly, you get to see your name on the screen on the stream, over on the left side of the chat. You guys have your very own little tower height tracker. Just gambling? Kinda, except you can't win anything. You can't win anything and you don't spend anything aside from time. So I guess in that way it's like gambling, but in that way it's also nothing like gambling. It's like gambling in the same way that Deep Dip 2 is like gambling. In real gambling, you also don't win anything usually. By gambling, you mean asking an RNG if you're successful. Yeah. I guess that is kind of gambling, right? You don't want to climb on the chat climb. Imagine your PV there, it would be above your actual... I mean, eventually it would be, sure. Chat climb doesn't allow you to fail because of mechanical reasons. If you're fallen, it's because the tower wills it so. There's a website for it? What is it? I think it's !climb link? Happy Monday, Vigo skills. And we're back to Bleb. Nice. Bleb. Yeah, I think the nicest thing for that's available with Climb Link is just the fact that, like, there are items that you earn while you're climbing that you can equip. And you can do all of that from there without clogging the chat with equip and unequip commands. That's definitely the clunkiest thing in the actual, like, chat game. What happens if you climb off cooldown? Then you get a message that says you need to wait until you can climb for X number of seconds. Did the DVD logo get a price increase? It did indeed. It was getting spammed a lot. It was basically like an everyday occurrence that we had somebody spending channel points on a DVD logo. So I kind of wanted to make it special. Also use Climb Link to see your cooldown timer. True. Hey Poochas. Happy Monday. Oh, hydrate. Alright, be right back. Alright. Cheers. Anyway, the question was asked, any good runs today? Is Ice 360 good? How close to the end is the key? Very close, but still a decent amount left to go. The PB is literally the first jump of 16, so there's one floor. One floor left. Oh, thank you for answering the question, Cuber. But yeah, we are playing on the official Deep Dip 2 server. And no, I haven't played any other tracks. Excluding, there are checkpoint versions that I've played occasionally. I used to do a thing called Checkpoint Friday, where every Friday I would play the many checkpoints version and one checkpoint per floor version of Deep Dip 2. Haven't done that in a while. Not playing, just curiosity? No, it's fine. Still answering the question. But yeah, if you include the checkpoint versions and the replay editor, which I've used to practice as well, I have about 700 more hours in Trackmania, all in Deep Dip. Did that make it easier to progress? I mean, yeah. Using a method of practice that lets you actually retry things without climbing back up to them from the floor, always gonna make it easier. But my philosophy has always been, reach the floor before you practice it. And I didn't really start doing individual floor practice until I reached floor 6. Too much of a hardened veteran for Checkpoint Fridays. I'm just so close now that I don't really want to take a break from main map climbing. That's really the main thing nowadays. Yeah, the main point of Checkpoint Friday was to take a break from the grind. Because I knew I was nowhere close to the end. Been practicing on Deep Dip 1 again. Haven't touched the game in like 2 months, and it's going very smooth. Nice. Could probably finish this summer if this keeps up. Let's go. I believe in ya. Ooh, much cleaner 10. Let's go. 8 equals 10. Second time today? True. Not too bad. Like 110 an hour. I would like better, but can't complain. Dad, you haven't been able to watch these streams for a while? It's good to have you. But you don't need to feel bad about it if you're worried about me. Like, I know people have a lot of stuff in life going on, right? Hope you can finish Deep Dip 2 soon so you can win Deep Dip 1 summer. Hey Tula, happy Monday. Imagine Checkpoint Fridays came back and you did everything first try. Yeah, definitely a possibility. Not really that relevant, because Checkpoint Fridays are gonna kind of by necessity be relatively different. Nice. Days PB. Happy Monday, Hexlor. What input device do I use? PlayStation 4 controller. Want to do a better run on checkpoint per floor, but you're scared you'll one-shot everything. Yeah. 482 days of me playing. It's been like over 2 years since I started playing. Nice. All right. 11. Let's go. 8 equals 11. Nice. Frick that jump. Feels real good to see 11 again. Agreed. Day 5 was on 7. If you're going based on YouTube, I didn't immediately start uploading on YouTube. I renewed my club access subscription thing like a week ago. 11 looks really scary. Yeah, absolutely. Not a lot of stuff to save to. Spooky. Oh, God. No! Fuck off. Oh. Fuck this. That's such garbage. Oh. That's so mean. Hate that recovery. Yeah. Not a bad run, generally. Run was slow anyway. Okay. Man. Gotta go. Near midnight where you live? Alright, sounds good. I will talk to you later, X-Sense. Have a good night. No shame in falling to that jump. Absolutely, 100%. Like, I'm not upset about falling to that jump. I'm a little upset about failing the recovery, but even then, it's kind of a weird mind recovery, so I'm not really ashamed of that part either. I just wish it would have saved to literally anywhere else. That would have been nice. I mean, I'd always go for that save over... I think there's probably a way I could jump down to 8 from there. No, it's a weird save, though. Something I don't really practice all that much, and again, worst part is it's basically a blind jump. Generally had the thought, man, this time was bad anyways when you fell on PB last night. I don't think I ever really think about it. Really prefer to fin with AT. True. I mean, I think it would have been technically possible for me to finish with AT there. I don't remember what time I was at when I failed the roof slide. The AT on this is 54 minutes, 32 seconds, and 100 milliseconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Really prefer to fin with a good enough time to get on the leaderboard. True. Finish in a way that you are not Godsy. Your last PB on 15 was on track for AT. It's time you at an hour in. Oh, okay. No, that's fair. Godsy's running wasn't even that long. You just got scammed. Yeah. I mean, it's always a risk that you give yourself when you play on the server. Prefer to fin faster than Have. Yeah. Let's go with that one. Greek Dude's gotten to 15 a couple times now. Has the world record found his crazy skip on it? I mean, We know of crazy skips, but I think the world record was basically just fast. Haven't written a single line of code today. Too many meetings. Oh, goddamn. That sucks. Had to run up to Ice 360 and then had to run up to the roof slide on 11. So not bad. Been any new finishes on the map in the last 3 months? Last 3 months? I don't think so, right? Almost a year, yeah. Was the last one Godsey? Who was the last person to finish? Here for the last one, it was fun to celebrate donuts with people. Johnny Drumcat, yeah, okay. Lo-fi songs keep sounding so familiar, and then you realize all paths lead to Persona music. I mean, that's what we've been listening to today. I think Persona 4 and Persona 5. Godsey, then Body, then Johnny. Okay, cool. Who's close besides Greek Dude and me? There's quite a few of us, actually, right now. Like, Kindred is also close. Ulti close, yeah. Dune Juice, Hav. I mean, Colty says, like, for real is, like, in a sarcastic way, I think, but I don't think Colty is really that far off. Be kicking off Finn events with Greek and Surprise Colty. Just all 3 of us finishing, like, back to back to back. That would be sick. Just gotta lock in on 11 and easy Finn. Yeah, I mean, that's the point, right? Obviously, everyone's always talking about how 11's kind of where the map starts, is where I've heard people say, but there's not that much left. Hope Hav starts playing again soon. Yeah, he's close. Consistency on 11 is like 10% of the main map. I don't know what my consistency on the main map is for 11. It would be interesting to see, like, how many times I've done it versus how many times I've lost. Are those my total stats in the top? For this version of the map, yeah. Although, take it with a grain of salt, the falls aren't exactly accurate. You've been super consistent on 11 recently. I have my moments. Like, there are some days where I'm like 25% floor 11, and there are some days where it feels like I can't fail it. Today is a 0% right now. But yeah, the stats, concerning the stats on the top left corner, it is automatically counting falls based off of height difference. If I lose a specific number of height and don't regain it, like, quickly afterward without losing, or like without stopping or whatever, I think it will always count that as a loss. Can't believe you tossed 12 twice. 12 is deceptively difficult. It's just that everyone says it's easy. But yeah, there's a couple of jumps, like the final jump of floor 1, where you bonk on the plastic and fall into the pool. this map counts that as a fall, even though it's the intended route. And then on 14, there's a jump where you jump down into a tunnel. If you don't do the tunnel directly, like immediately upon jumping down to the tunnel, it counts that as a fall. But it removes the fall if you are able to drive up the cone without stopping. Once you get to 13, you'll start practicing 14 to 16, and then easy, I believe. So yeah, however many times I've gotten to floor 5, though, you can take that amount of times, multiply it by 2, and remove that from my number of falls. It wouldn't surprise me if I have, like, almost 10,000 falls that I could probably take off at that point. Is it that strange to think I've been to floor 5,000 times? I don't think so. Fall counter went up and down there. Doesn't surprise me. Because we did fall down, but then without stopping, we went back up to above our starting height. And that's the thing that matters. Boink. No sploosh. There's no pool there. As much as it feels like there should be. Author on 15. Nice. What floor is Quack on? This floor. Quack is on floor 6, entering into floor 7. We're about 3 or 4 jumps away from it right now. Love Quack. I love Quack in theory. Yeah, let's see. 1 jump. 2 jump. Yeah, I was right. 4 jumps. Good. One day. Yes, one day indeed. 6 your favorite? I actually think 11 is probably my favorite. Consistently the one that I always go back to and think this one is pretty cool to drive when you do it properly. Always ends up being 11. Whack! 11's not a floor, it's a suggestion. Well, my favorite suggestion is 11 then. Is pretty close to how much you take to drive 12. Well, we all know my opinion on 12. Don't need to elaborate on that one. Hey, Sushi. Happy Monday. Wait. How's it going? Good. Yeah. Can't complain. Had to run up to 10, had to run up to 11. Okay, then. That's one way to do the zigzag. Yeesh. Not even close. To be fair, once I got into the hole, I was prepared for anything. I was very prepared for if it happened to turtle. I knew exactly what I was going to do. Where would I say my average run gets to? I like to say 7, at least. Hard to say, though. 7 ruins your average. Except your run either gets to 7 and fails, right? Or it gets to like 14. So if anything, your average is probably like 11 to 12 or something. I guess it depends how often your run actually gets past 7. Based on how many times you read. Your average run gets 2 and then gets scammed by Messi. So true. I think it depends for me, though. Like, there are days where I get super tilted. And it doesn't feel like that is today. Even though I've failed a couple of times, like... Well, I've just been getting to relatively high floors today. Relatively high meaning, like, 8. When I get to 8, it just puts me in a much better mood. No. Remind me to wake up. Happy Monday. If I ever considered quitting, why would I? I'm not even halfway to the point where I had already decided to dedicate myself. I came into this thinking I'm willing to give myself like up over 5,000 hours on this map. I'm at like 2,600 right now. Why would I think about quitting right now when I'm literally on 16? Consistency on 0 to 6 is awful. Mine too when I get tilted. God, my 0 to 6 consistency is so bad when I get... How are we doing today? Happy Monday, Scovlet. Not bad. Day's PB is Roof Slide 11. Yours is bad even when you're not tilted. How did that wheel lift the entire car? Are you talking about that turtle section? There's... God damn it. Fuck me! Why am I talking while I'm doing that shit? What's my longest break from the game? I don't know. Couple weeks, I think. I don't think I did anything that massively different there. God, that's so annoying, though. The one where you push it, one wheel into the wall? Yeah, your wheel is just shoved into a gap between a wall and a ceiling. So it's able to get grip on the ceiling, and that keeps your car in. That's all there really is to it. You're literally driving on the ceiling there. And then that tiny ledge on, like, underneath your car is what stops you from falling down. Man. Well, we go again. Drove straight off the back of the red ramp after 9 start while reading chat. Oh. I wish I could say that I haven't done that myself. That sucks. Trackmania physics seems so confusing to understand. I think when you think about that one, it's not that confusing. Let me just show you real quick. So right here, right? So it's hard because when you're in the wall, you can't see the ceiling here. But if you zoom out and you look at it here, essentially when you turtle in here, your tire is on this part. So your tire can't fall any further down. But your car is tilted at a 45-degree angle, and your wheels are on this ceiling. So you're literally getting grip on the ceiling and driving on it, while being, like, kept up by this little platform. That was on floor 12 run you got before the 15. That's what you're talking about? Oh, the 9th row. Yeah. Climbed 1 whole meter. Nice. All right, Colty. Challenging you to a race. First to 9. For you, it's on. Oh. First to 11? Deal. Or, how about this? We could do best 2 out of 3. First to 9, 10, and 11. Which I guess would mean first to 10 would just win. First to Finn, yeah, there we go. Clearly that's not fair, though, since this run is already predestined to finish. First to 9, then 0, then 11. I guess we could have it be like first to 9, 10, or 11 on separate runs. That doesn't seem bad. Racing for consistency here. Nice. Now that I think about it, though, maybe I don't have enough time for a best of 3. Let's just call it 11. I just looked at the clock and realized that it's like 3:30 or 3:20. Realistically, I have 40 minutes in which to start eligible runs. Little over an hour of actual runs that I could do that. I guess that's enough time, isn't it? Kinda? Not really. Well, if I beat it twice in a row. 3 simultaneously tower streams going on a 3rd monitor once again. Feels good. All right. Kindred's secretly winning the race at 9 right now. I take it Kindred is playing offline, but you're seeing it because it's tracking on your site. Or he's streaming it. I guess that could be one of the 3. Stream sometimes now. Nice. I don't know if I've ever raided Kindred, have I? We'll have to see if he's live when I'm done. Once I finish the map. Pro console TM music experience. Oh man. For the first couple weeks I was playing with the Trackmania music. Eventually people got me to stop playing Trackmania music and just have it be dead silence with just my chatting. Turn it off instantly. It's not bad. I definitely didn't mind it for the first. Actually, I don't know how I lasted as long as I did. Even if it's a bop, it's not enough of a bop to play for 2,000 hours. And I think I played with it on for like 20 hours. Or longer even. Well, Greek dude, let me know if Kindred gets to 11 and wins the race that we didn't challenge him to. Kindred won race to 10 without even knowing he was racing. Oh, did he fall on 10? Did. My bad. Or did he just get to 10? hopefully just got to 10 and is currently winning the race to 11 without knowing he was being challenged. Still going, thought we were racing to 9, 10, and 11. In that case, he's only 1 to 10 so far. Because the 10 would replace the 9. Think it's about time you head to bed? Alright, sounds good, Cuber. Congrats on your second fin. Third one coming soon, surely. But the real question is, can you finish a 4th time before I finish? I wonder how much the finishes are going to speed up now. Because it sure seems like a lot. Hindrance shiny textures make you uncomfortable. Performance mode doing too much on Xbox? Is that how he's able to play on console? GG, he wins 11. Nice! That's awesome. Alright, going for second place to 11 then. It'd be sick if we get a lot of spins this summer. Agreed. Oh, headed to bed, Ilva? Alright, have a good night. Don't forget to finish. You got it. Whew. Oh God. Freaking quack. That was actually close to being able to survive to the other platform, surprisingly. I don't think I've ever had it land like that. I was trying to bail earlier when I realized it wasn't gonna work. Boink. Alright, good bail. Bad turnaround. Nice. Good backward section. Recovered that really well. Okay, that seemed bad. Too far right. God damn it. Really? Really? Fuck off, tower. Ugh. Console got 13, damn. Holy shit. No wonder I'm feeling warm. It raised like 10 degrees in here. $88 in your room right now? Damn. Yeah, it's like 85 right now for me. It was around like mid 70s when I turned off the AC. Guess that was a mistake. 1-2-2 for ya. What? Oh, God. Freaking Maji. I will blame that on Maji instead of... taking responsibility for my bad jump. Bolty's fault for using the wrong temperature system, obviously. It's Shay time. Happy Monday. Jumps 10 feet to the right. God damn it, Maji. How about you do the jump before trying to judge me? It is an annoying jump. Happy Monday, Gerdolf. Wasn't the missed jump you were judging? Oh, man. Wouldn't even be at this level. Fair enough. To be fair, though, I do like to blame Maji for things that definitely are not Maji's fault. Like when I fail floor 7. Thank you for the follow, Billy Snooze. Happy Monday. Could stub your toe and blame Techie at this point. I mean, it probably was Techie's fault, to be fair. I mean, why did he leave that plastic there? Nice. I'm not going to comment on it personally. Butterfly effect? Yeah. Blame everything on Techie. If I've learned one thing from playing Trackmania, it's that it's always the mapper's fault. Have no agency in how you drive. I mean, how could you? I mean, they were the ones that put the blocks there, of course. Good night, gotta stop gambling. Alright, good night, Tufky. Talk to you later. And thank you for the follow, Benjos. Happy Monday. All right. Something that I've been reflecting on since that last 13, I think, that I got. I'm pretty sure that last 13 was right at the end of the day. I need to stop thinking about the fact that it's the end of the day and, like, rushing myself, right? If I'm somewhere high up at the end of the day, I just need to remember that I can, like, turn off my controller and come back later. I shouldn't throw away a 13 or a 14 because I feel rushed. Pause and throw on the Deep Guesser overlay. I think it's always on, isn't it? By default? Or are you saying there is a Deep Guesser overlay that I can enable? I don't think I even have that added. There's an overlay. Cool. Oh god. No! Fuck off! Oh. God damn it. Yep, that one's Maji's fault for sure. Oh. God, what did I even fail? Was that the dirt wall ride? Really unlucky with the floor gang today. Yeah, a lot of runs have just been straight falling to floor gang instead of recovering somewhere. Happy Monday, Arnold. So... Boink. Boink, boink. Sploosh. Oh god, plastic. Stop it. That's right. My car was bouncing because I didn't jump up the cone properly. No, it wasn't. It was the dirt wall ride, and I jumped too far up. Fail the wheel hook to 15 water. Dang. Not bad. Wait, where is Kindred's PB now? Is it Dirt Flick? Or is that Hov? I feel like Kindred had a PB that was tying mine. Kindred was at the first jump before, and now he's... Yeah, his PB was the loop. Cool. And now he's a couple jumps further. Nice. Very jealous. Wish I could get up to 16 again that quickly. Man. Such consistency. Wish you weren't stupid and waited for heart rate to lower for longer. I don't think that would help me very much. It's just a matter of me being pretty inconsistent now. Maybe it's because I'm chatting more. Because I do think I've been paying more attention to chat since I came back from 16 practice. You were worried waiting too long would throw me off and forced it? Heart was like 145 though. Yeah. That's a tough trade-off, yeah. Because like you don't want to wait super long and have your... Well, I guess if you have muscle memory, maybe waiting a long time wouldn't really be that bad. Like, you've practiced 16 a lot. The main concern for me is, like, that feeling of being in the zone, which you kind of lose if you just sit there for a long time. Fuck off. God damn it. Need the momentum from floor. Yeah. For sure. Man, floor 4 is being mean to me right now. You were chat maxing pretty hard throughout the run. I guess that explains the hour-long run, right? I think for me, it really just depends. Like, if there's a lot of talking, then a lot of the times I'll be doing a lot of talking. I just kind of go with the flow of the chat. If most of the time... If most people are just typing like !climb over and over, then I don't feel as much need to engage, which is good and bad. Hobby Raid also added chatters. Oh, for you? Yeah. No, that would explain a lot. I feel like we often have a lot of chatters here, just in general, though. Ave Maniac combo after their World Cup watch party. Damn. Well, that was a nice slide. Boink, boink. You were just happy to finally PB on stream. Wasn't even that annoyed at the fall compared to your booster fail on 14. Oh, yeah. Like the second to last PB you had? No, that PB would be annoying. Thank you, Anonymous. Happy Monday. Scammed on it when finishing in Copium Run kind of tilted you? Yeah. I don't know. I don't put that much credence on Copium Runs. Like, there's always going to be significantly less pressure when you aren't having your high heart rate because it's not a real run. You know that there's no, like, not really any risk because it's not a real run. Just playing, like, freely. Yeah. No, I getcha. It is kind of funny, though, because a lot of people think that I'm doing a Copium run because I like to do, like, replay editor runs at the end of the day. And a lot of the times the day ends with, like, the best run of the day. So then immediately after the best run of the day, I'm doing a Copium kind of run. Like, starting from up there. Even though I would have done it, even if the run hadn't gone up there. No, I could definitely see Copium runs being kind of tilting, though. But I know you were telling me earlier that for you, Copium runs are kind of like confidence boosting, knowing that you can do it. I feel like leaving the game with a fall high up is bad for the body and mind. Maybe. This is the kind of map that tends to end on a downer. Letting it slide or something, yeah. I don't know. Maybe. I don't think I've ever really thought about it. Because to me, that's just kind of the nature of the map. Like, you're never going to end on a high note, right? Except for, like, PBs. But even then, your PB is going to fall. Just kind of the way that the map is. Easy solution, never get high enough to have a big fall. True, that was my strat last week. Didn't feel too great. Actually, I guess last week I got a 13. No, that's fair. Week before then? Week before, I don't think I had any real, like, recognizably good runs. I think the week after I got back on the main map, it was like 10 tops. Then, no, I think it was 11 tops, and then I got 13 as my best. Which means this week I'm going to get 15, next week I'm going to get 17. If my basic pattern recognition carries through. All right. Ooh, air brake didn't work. Convolu. Happy Monday. Is the green timer the total hours that I've played Deep Dip 2? The green timer is the total number of hours I've played this version of the Deep Dip 2 map, yes. I have played checkpointless Deep Dip 2 for 1,940 hours over the course of about 2 years. If you combine that with my many checkpoints, 1 checkpoint per floor version, and replay editor hours, I have about 700 hours on those ones combined. So I'm a little over 2,600 hours now. No! Ugh. Shit, why do I talk? Really? Really, plastic. GG race to 9. Congrats, Goldie. And 07, yeah. Yeah, that was a dumb mistake on my part. Or bad? No, it's my bad. My bad at all. Like, yes, I was reading a message, but I was reading a message. I know better than to talk during specific jumps like that one. I just tend to underestimate that jump on 6. Yeah, what's up? Or are we saying hey to Greek dude? To whomever wants you to greet them. Hello to everyone, I suppose. Oh, God. Oh. Guess it's getting to be that time of day, isn't it? I would appreciate it if I could just get all the way up there to, like, 11. Good enough. Nice. Not bad. Gross. Oh, man. Good recovery. Freaking jump. Alright, guess we're turtle skipping. Nice. Catcher. Happy Monday. Think you discovered the channel over a year ago, but was out for a while? Are we playing the same map still? Yep. The one and only. Not a Trackmania player, forgive you. 482 sounds like it. Or is version 2 already a new one? Damn, time flies. No, version 2, Deep Dip 2 is like the newest one. But I was never playing Deep Dip 1. This map came out a little over 2 years ago now. Almost done though. PB on 16. Just one more floor to go. Feels good. Nice, still such a chill stream. Guess any day now I beat it. Could be, yeah. It could be any day, although it could be a while still. It really depends. I struggled to get back to 15 when my PB was on 15, so I have a feeling I'm going to struggle to get back to 16. Okay, bye! Alright, talk to you later, Snoo. Good chat, good chat. Oh man, hopefully that's not a predictor of the climb. Oh god. Thank you for the follow, Silver Skilla. Happy Monday. At what skill level did I start hunting? When I started playing Deep Dip 2, I had never touched Trackmania. And this is still the only map I've ever played. That is why the stream title is Noob versus Deep Dip 2. New player starts the map, doesn't stop until I'm done. close. Oh. Fuck. Guess it's not in the cards. Mental, meant it as, mean it as a compliment. Well, thank you. Well, iffy climb today. Made it to the middle of 11, so I can't complain, but only made it to 11 once, made it to 10 twice. We're getting there. We're getting back in the groove of things. I just need to play more. I think it's the main thing. Whew. How many floors are there? 16 and a roof. Oh, and floor 0. All right. Yeah, we're getting there. We are pretty close. Absolutely. All right. I'm gonna head out though. So I will see you all later. All right, peace everybody.